Hey, it's Mark here, and today we are talking one of the most important topics that you can possibly come across in relationships, and in fact in life, is your intuition. Now, I've got Laurie Davis Edwards back with me, one of the most amazing experts at this. She has been responsible for over 200 marriages with her clients. You've been in the New York Times, Amazon best-selling book, Love at First Click, all these Good Morning America, all these crazy things you've done. Today we're talking intuition again, and if you've seen our previous video, if you haven't, definitely watch it. It's 5 signs you're blocking, or 5 steps, to accessing your intuition. Today we're talking about 7 signs you're blocking your intuition.
Amanda, people block it.
Amanda, people block it. This is going to be a fun one. So let's dive straight into it. Laurie, what's number 1?
Number 1 is overthinking. This is the biggest thing that we all do, is we
Overthinking.
overanalyze, over-intellectualize, try to think it all out and make sure it's all logical. And our intuition is never logical. It never makes sense. And it's always the thing that you know that you need to do is actually the thing you need to do, instead of overthink it and convince yourself that it's not the right thing for you.
Yeah, this one, when I first heard it, I went, oh, how many of us are guilty of this? Literally just overthinking a problem. It's like, you know the answer. It's there, but we overthink, we get into it, and we make bad decisions.
And then
when
we spend
overthink.
so much energy overthinking too, and we don't need to. Better things for you to
all
spend
there.
energy on in your life.
Number 2 is excess busyness. So it's a little bit related to number 1, but one thing we do to, distract ourselves from our intuition or not want to follow into it when we know what we should be doing is we keep ourselves really busy. One thing I like to say to my clients when they say they're too busy to me, I remind them that they have the same amount of hours in the day as Elon Musk. And if a dude can run 4 companies and change the world, it doesn't give any of us an excuse to not have time for that which matters. But we get busy being busy.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. When you're really aligned with everything that you're doing, you don't need as much time because you're not spending all your time distracting yourself with all these other things.
Being busy,
you just are super clear on what needs to get done in your life and what doesn't need to get done.
It's really a symptom of all these thoughts, isn't it, that are swimming around and blocking the intuition. Number 3, Laurie.
Number 3 is distractive eating. We go to food as a distraction. It means eating when you're not hungry, overeating, eating things that you know aren't good for your body or just that you don't even need in your system.
I think I might be guilty of this.
We all
So
are.
is my cat. Distracting.
But yeah, we go to food to soothe us. And it's really soothing that we know that we're not listening to ourselves.
Such an important one. It's such a common one. Again, overthinking, busyness, distractive eating that we use when something comes up that we're like, no, I don't really want to deal with that or sit with that. Number 4 is making excuses for people. I've caught myself doing this one as well, where we know what's up. Deep down, if we actually stop, we know what this person's about, but we make excuses for that person. Often, obviously here we're talking about in a romantic context, but it can be in any other context as well. You find yourself justifying, oh, he probably did this because of this, or he really loves me because of this. Your intuition knows, but you're not trusting it. If you're making excuses for someone, clear sign you're blocking your intuition. Number 5, Laurie.
Number 5, screen time. We block ourselves so much with our phones, with Netflix, with social media.
And it's really excessive screen time.
Yeah,
right?
excessive or really just
unnecessary.
Unnecessary, I think that it's such a tool we go to not feel our feelings and to not be with ourselves. And when you're scrolling that you don't need to be doing that. Are you really connecting with anyone when you're scrolling? Are you really
probably the least connecting exercise in the world, isn't it? Scrolling Instagram.
It's the least thing. And the same with Netflix or anything else, video games, anything like that, that's actual screen time too. We do that a lot just to suppress what's going on inside.
Yeah. How does one tell the difference between, maybe healthy screen time, which, is something you'll share with your friends, versus unhealthy? Any tips on that?
Yeah, it's about frequency, first. I think people who have healthy relationships with it, because it is a relationship, that's another way to like look at it. That if it's healthy, we're not doing it all the time. We're not addicted to it. If it feels like a compulsion, that's when you know it's not right.
Yeah, and kind of what do you find yourself doing? One thing I like to ask is just before you go into your screen time.
Yeah.
Do you think a thought and then you end up compulsion to, oh, I better check Instagram now. Number 6 is one I talk about a bit on the channel, and it's one that might be a bit more obvious, but so important, is substances. Substances are one of the best unhealthy ways to distract us from our intuition, to distract us from what's really going on, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's any kind, I mean, even eating would technically come under that, but any kind of particularly drugs and alcohol, toxic type substances can be big blockers. And again, I like to say what was going on just before the compulsion to take the substance, that will lead to big blocks in intuition. The last one is when you decrease your self-worth. So when your internal chatter turns to, I'm not good enough, or I shouldn't have done that, or that's not the right thing, or, you know, really like putting yourself down, beating yourself up. Oh, that's a huge one that we do as women. We just like are beating ourselves up for things all day that aren't even our fault sometimes. And there's a huge link to like how we're treating ourselves and our intuition, because how we're treating ourselves like is the way that we're with ourselves. And if we're not treating ourselves well, then we're probably not listening to ourselves. Yeah,
in fact,
this
never
is a
are we
huge
listening
one.
to ourselves.
Never. This is a huge one. The way I think of this is kind of, is your self-worth decreasing when you're with a guy? You know, do you see, because I've done this in my own relationships, and you notice that each day you just feel a smidge less confident. Like you're just a smidge less kind of on top of life. And it's literally like each time you ignore your intuition, it's like you have to pay in a little bit of your self-esteem to do it. And over time, that compounding effect, you have to exchange a lot of your self-esteem if you keep blocking your intuition. So if you're in a relationship or a dating scenario and you're going, oh, is this good or bad? What does my intuition say? I'd literally just ask, well, are you feeling better about yourself or worse about yourself since you've been in the relationship? And you'll get your answer as to whether you're blocking your intuition based on that. Laurie, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, you're
It was
welcome.
a pleasure. I really love your content. The stuff we talked about today is so powerful. Don't forget we have another video on this as well, 5 steps to accessing your intuition. And you've got this amazing program. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Sure. So my program's called Abundant Love, and it's all about like accessing things like your intuition, all of your gifts that are actually inside of yourself, and about like when we can do that, when we can come out of scarcity mode, when we can go into our inner abundance, then that's what we attract on the outside. So whoever we are is who we attract. And when we can come from a place of like deeper self-love, relationship with self, we attract men who are super connected to themselves, who can be trusted, you know, who like want our worthy one to really shine. So that's what Abundant Love's about.
Beautiful program. Check it out via the link in the description below. I'd love to hear your comments, thoughts, questions as well. Have you found yourself doing one of these signs like we all have at times? I'd love to hear your story. Tell us a bit about it in the comments section below, or just leave your thoughts on the video down there as well. Don't forget to hit that like button with the big red subscribe button and the little bell. And Laurie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate having you. That was fun. We'll see you in the next video very soon.